Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up. 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 Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up.
What's up, and welcome to the Herman Athletic Center on the campus of William Peace University in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. Darren Vaught with you here on the Pacers Sports Network for a little midweek men's basketball. Greensboro College visiting your William Peace University Pacers in what is each team's first conference game of the season. And William Peace coming off of a close, contentious victory over Wesley College. 84-82 was the final in that one just a few days ago here at the Herm. Peace was outscored 45-41 in the second half, but they hold on to get the 2-point victory over Wesley, who defeated Greensboro just a little bit earlier this month. That was sort of the measuring stick game, the first of its kind for your Pacers. As starting lineups are being announced for William Peace, it'll be the junior point guard Mikhail Gaylord, sophomore Smith Gupton, Don Tyrell Jr., and John Ingram. Couple of first-year players continue their winning ways in playing in the starting lineup for Claude Shields' bunch, and then Trey Bryant, the junior post player, rounding out the starting five for Greensboro. Meanwhile, it'll be in numeric order: Keyford Langley, the junior guard from Greensboro. Carmoni Marks, the senior, is the team's leading scorer and rebounder to this point in the season. Keyshawn Dorsey, a freshman. Also Noah Watkins, a first-year player for the Pride. Michael Pfeiffer, the fifth in the starting lineup, the junior, 6'4", 215, out of Eden, North Carolina. So as we make our way to center court, Trey Bryant jumping things up for the Pacers. Keyshawn Dorsey for Greensboro. Pride moving from my left to right. Pacers go up, and Bryant wins the tip and ends up in the hands of Don Tyrell, and they're all whites. They work it around the right side of the perimeter to Tyrell in the corner, back top of the circle to Gaylord. Hand off to Ingram, penetrating right side, gets into the lane and charged with an offensive foul. He pushed off of his defender, Noah Watkins, in obvious fashion, and the turnover gives possession back to Greensboro. So Ingram charged with the first foul of the game for any individual on either side, and Greensboro now has the ball. Marks makes his way quickly into the front court and swings it left side over toward the wing. Dorsey back around Watkins, a bounce pass to the right where Marks catches on the wing. Gets a screen to his left, but a whistle blown. And another foul by the offense. Michael Pfeiffer moving as he tried to set the pick and turns it over for Greensboro. So 30 seconds into this one, no score yet. Mikhail Gaylord and Don Tyrell Jr. bring it up the floor for William Peace. Screen at the top of the circle. Gets Smith-Gupton wide open. Catch and shoot three from the top of the circle. Misses off the left side of the rim. And Watkins scrambles for the rebound in the corner for Greensboro. He hands to Marks. Penetrating. Left side. Dishes out. Long three-point shot attempt by Langley. Misses long. And rebounded by Tyrell. Outlet pass to the far sideline. Gaylord sneaks a pass underneath. And Bryant banks it in for two. 2-0 our score. And that's the first bucket of the night, with 18:45 left to play in the first. Watkins catches a pass on the right wing for Greensboro. Hits his man inside. Cutting is Michael Pfeiffer. He got by Trey Bryant. Last second attempt at a block for Bryant, but it's unsuccessful. It's banked in for two to tie us up at two. Gaylord dribbles behind his back in the front court for William Peace. Gives to Gupton. Receives it right back in the left corner. Gupton, top of the circle. Hands to Ingram. Back to Gupton in the right corner. Bounces it underneath toward the block, but it's knocked away. Intended for Trey Bryant, but out of bounds. Last touched by Greensboro. And it'll go back to the Pacers underneath their own basket with 18-17 remaining in the contest. Gaylord to trigger it in. Clears it outside the three-point line to Gupton. Passed left side to Tyrell. Gaylord, backdoor cut. Pump fake, got his man in the air, but misses the left-handed layup, and it goes down to Greensboro. Now the Pride in transition. Marks on the right wing. Hesitates, jabs right. Drives left and mishandling it, but lays it in with his left to make it 4-2 Greensboro's lead. Pacers moving into the front court on the other end themselves. Ingram inside. Out to Gupton for three. It's off the back of the iron. A few Greensboro players scrambling for it as the ball's on the ground. Don Tyrell is there for the Pacers to create a shared possession, and the jump ball. No call. Okay, the jump ball gives it back to Greensboro. I was going to say it looked as if William Peace was preparing for the inbound pass, but instead they'll make their way back defensively. Tyson Sellers will check in favor of John Ingram. Sellers, the Pacers' leading scorer on the season, just over 16 points per game, coming off the bench in his new role as of a few games ago. Greensboro with it, 17.5 minutes remain in the first half, leading 4-2 are the visitors. Marks catches a pass, gets a high screen on the right wing, drives, has to alter his shot, and misses off the front side of the rim. Good defense by Sellers. Gaylord to Sellers on the left wing. Long as it skips over the cylinder, and Pfeiffer comes down with the rebound and momentum for Greensboro as he makes his way across the timeline. 17:08 to play in the first. Greensboro with a 4-2 lead. Carmoni Marks sends a chest pass left side. Pfeiffer floats it back underneath to Marks. Beautiful play as he dumps it in off the backboard for two. He has four, and that's the lead for Greensboro, 6-2, under 17 minutes until the break. Gaylord for the Pacers dribbles down into the left corner. Hands to Gupton, immediately gives back to Gaylord. And the sophomore junior point guard will dribble toward midcourt. Penetrates right side, step back, has an open three attempt, but it rolls in and out and is boarded by Dorsey of the Pride. Greensboro with it on the other end. Top of the key, Pfeiffer squares to the basket, pump fake on a three. Bryant doesn't bite, and he gives right side. Pass back underneath now to the right block, intended for Pfeiffer, knocked away by Trey Bryant, and then he has it stolen. Pfeiffer comes away with it. To the center of the court. A three-point shot attempt off the back of the iron from the hand of Kiefer Langley. And Gaylord gets the rebound for the Pacers. Trying to take it coast to coast himself and is met in the paint by his defender Langley. They tie up and a jump ball is forced. So William Peace retains possession, but the arrow will flip back in favor of Greensboro College. Clock stops at 16:04 to play in the first. 6-2 now the score. Don Tyrell and Mikhail Gaylord check out for the Pacers. Trey McClain, who triggers it in from underneath their own basket, is in, as well as Sam Arnold. Inbound pass goes to the left side of the perimeter. Sellers passes up on the three, gives right side. Arnold for three from the corner, and it's in. Assisted by Smith Gupton, and it's 6-5, a 1-point deficit for William Peace. 15:45 left in the first. Langley, chest pass right side, Watkins against Gupton. They move it back around to the left side of the perimeter. Langley to the right side now. Marks thinks about a three. High screen, seals his defender Sellers, and he pulls up inside the circle, burying the two-point jumper. Pacers in transition, get to Sellers. Penetrating, out to the opposite corner now, left corner. Three from Arnold is no good off the back of the iron, and the rebound goes down to Greensboro, where they'll slow things down. Dorsey at the top of the key. Gives a pass underneath the Landon Murray, Watkins now with it on the right elbow. Got a screen from Murray. Nearly lost his handle down into the corner, and it's knocked away as he tries to pass it out of trouble. Last touched by the Pacers. And it'll be Greensboro ball at the baseline, but not before media timeout. 15:02 left to play in the first half of action. The under 16 media timeout. Your score, the Greensboro Pride 8, William Peace Pacers 5 here on the Pacers Sports Network. Following the media timeout, it'll be Greensboro College ball underneath their own basket. The Pride visiting here at William Peace University with an 8-5 lead right around 5 minutes into this contest. The 5 for the Pacers awaiting defensively. Tyson Sellers, John Ingram, Paul Dunlap just checked in for the first time today. Sam Arnold and Trey McClain. Langley on the inbound pass, lofts it up toward midcourt, and Greensboro will get the offense started. Langley up top, gives right side where Justin Minnis now into the game. He pulls up as the shot clock expires, double teamed, and it's off the near side of the rim, boarded by Trey McClain all the way down to the other side of the floor. McClain has it knocked away, and it's out of bounds, last touched by the Pacer. The senior lost his handle right as he got toward the paint area of the Greensboro defense, but good hands by Landon Murray, the freshman big man for the Pride, knocking it away and ultimately off of Trey McClain. Greensboro with it on the other end. Pass up top to Langley and a whistle blown. A foul called defensively as it's charged against Trey McClain. A little handsy as Langley received the pass. McClain's first personal, second team foul on the Pacers. Inbound pass goes underneath the basket. Back out, and a wide open three for Justin Minnis rolls through. 11-5, his first bucket of the night, and a 6-point Pride lead. Bounced to the right corner. Sam Arnold back up top to Trey McClain. Left side now, Tyson Sellers has it. Bounces it to the top of the key where Arnold, as he receives, is fouled smacked by the right arm of Landon Murray, his defender. Murray's first personal, second team foul for the Pride. 14 minutes, 12 seconds remaining until the halftime break. Carmoni Marks checks out of the contest. Kevon Meertens in for the first time today. Pacers clear it in to Sam Arnold. Dished over to the left side, and from the corner, a three for Tyson Sellers. 11-8, and Sellers has his first bucket of the night, the leading scorer for the Pacers. Menace, chest pass from the right wing for Greensboro. Under 14 to play in the first half. Drive on the left side. Dorsey goes up with it. His shot is blocked, knocked away by Sam Arnold. Outlet pass to Sellers, but he can't handle it, and it bounces out of bounds as he tries to sprint to the other side of the floor. Turnover Pacers, and it goes back to Greensboro to be thrown in at midcourt on the other sideline. So the Pride lines up, tries to sneak a pass in. It's knocked away by Trey McClain, back out of bounds, and they'll re-rack it just a bit further into the backcourt. Meertens, the trigger man. And the other four Pride players stacked facing him. Floats it backward to Kiefer Langley, who reels it in with one hand and will dribble up the floor and across the timeline. Meertens fakes a handoff at the right wing, drives, puts up a layup, fouled. No shot as it's on the floor. Called against John Ingram, a little hip check as his man was making his way to the basket. That's Ingram's second personal, so he'll have to have a seat. Third team foul on the Pacers with 13 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in the first half. 11-8 Greensboro lead. Langley to toss it in from underneath the Pride zone basket. Gets it to the elbow where it's pulled in by Dorsey, and he dribbles out toward midcourt to reset the O. Left side, Menace thinks about a three. Dribbles inside the three-point line. Passes underneath. It's knocked away. Stolen by Don Tyrell. Here come the Pacers. Sellers to the left side. McClain against Langley. Dribbles behind his back from right to left. No-look pass underneath. Beautiful play. Dunlap unable to capitalize, though he does draw contact and the foul. Paul Dunlap will go to the line to shoot two with 13 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the first half of action. And the Pacers trailing by 3. 11-8 is the score. Dunlap's first of two. Up, hits the front side of the rim and rolls through, flushing in. Dunlap's first free throw of the season there. So he's now 1 for 1 on the campaign. And look at this. Camden Ferguson checks in for the first time this season for William Peace University. He grabs Tyson Sellers. Second miss for Paul Dunlap as it's off back of the iron. Rebounded by Meertens. He'll take it all the way to the other side of the floor, driving on the left side of the lane, and fouled hard while missing the layup attempt. So Meertens will go to the free throw line to shoot two. The freshman of Newark, New Jersey, steps up to the line with 13:03 to play, an 11-9 Greensboro lead. Meertens first, rips the bottom of the net, and makes it a 3-point Greensboro lead. Langley checks out of the contest. Menace is back in. Meertens now 11 of 17 on the season from the stripe. His 18th free throw, up and rolls in. Shooting just over 63% on the year, makes it 13-9. Pass underneath to Don Tyrell, stolen away. Here comes Greensboro. Marks steps his way to the left side of the lane and took one step too many. He lost his footing. It looked like his toe caught as he strided toward the basket. Traveling violation gives it back to William Peace with just under 13 minutes to play in the first half. McClain and Tyrell walk it up the floor, across the timeline, closer to the near sideline. Bounce pass up top to Ferguson. One-handed pass back to McClain. 2-3 zone defense applied by Greensboro College. Back up top, Ferguson floats a pass to the far corner. Gupton back up to Ferguson. Catch and shoot, rolls off the left side of the rim. His first three-point attempt of the season, no good. And rebounded by Greensboro College, the sharpshooter in his first appearance for the Pacers this season. Greensboro on the other end gets a long two-point jumper off the back of the iron. Pfeiffer no good on the miss, and it's boarded high in the air by Trey Bryant. McLean at the perimeter gets a high screen from Bryant. No look on the right side. Pro hop by Tyrell, but his shot's blocked. Keyshawn Dorsey was there. Pacers reel it back in. Gupton wide open for three on the left wing, and it's off the back of the iron. And reeled in by Justin Minnis, goes coast to coast. Tyrell blocked it away, but a whistle blown, and he'll get called for a foul. He can't believe it. Don Tyrell charged with the personal foul. It'll be his first of the contest. And check that. No, that's charged to Camden Ferguson, and that is his second personal. According to the official stats, Camden Ferguson on the foul with two personal. That's team foul number 5 on the Pacers as we enter the under 12 media timeout. 11:48 remaining until halftime here at the Herm. Greensboro with a 13-9 lead over the Pacers. Coming out of the under 12 media timeout, Camden Ferguson has to have a seat, so a short debut on the season for him. Registers a couple of quick personal fouls and is subbed out in favor of Tyson Sellers, who re-enters the contest. The 5 for the Pacers on the floor as they line up for free throws by Justin Minnis. Who is shooting a perfect 6 for 6 on the season from the stripe. Minnis' first is up, and it rattles in to make it 14-9. The 5 on the floor, again for the Pacers, Mikael Gaylord, Smith Gupton, Tyson Sellers, Trey Bryant, and Don Tyrell Jr. Minnis spins on his fingers, his 8th free throw attempt of the season. Nothing but net. Perfect in that trip, and it's 15-9, a 6-point Pride lead. Gaylord and Bryant bring it up the floor for the Pacers. 11:40 to play in the first half. Gupton receives on the left wing. Dribbles right, gives to Sellers, back to Gupton. Thinks about the 3, instead hands off on the left wing to Don Tyrell. Another handoff right there at the elbow to Tyson Sellers. Crosses over, loses his handle, and it's out of bounds. Turned over. Greensboro College with the basketball as Carmoni Marks walks it into the front court. Shuffled his feet as he picked up his dribble prematurely. Called for the travel and immediately turned toward the official, screeching, "What did I do?" That's his second turnover of that variety. Gaylord for the Pacers delivers a chest pass right side to Smith Gupton. Handoff back to Gaylord against Minnis. One-handed pass to Gupton. It's a high screen, nothing doing. Gaylord again, fakes an overhead pass, gives left side. Gupton to Sellers in the corner. 3, a little too long. Batted in the air. Bryant with the rebound. Lost his handle as he went back up toward the basket and draws the foul. So Trey Bryant will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair, and Michael Pfeiffer charged with the personal foul, his second of the evening. 4th team foul on Greensboro College with 10:55 left to play until halftime. Bryant, 2 points, 3 boards so far on the evening. First free throw, up, line drive off the back of the iron. It rattles out. For the senior, shooting 63% from the free throw line this year. Excuse me, the junior out of Boonville, North Carolina. Bryant's second is up and falls through. 15-10, 10:50 to play in the first half. Mertens drives right side, gives Watkins in the corner. Wide open three, catch and shoot off the far side of the rim. Rebound eventually goes down and is popped out and caught by Trey Bryant. A whistle blown. I didn't see if it was a foul or shared possession between he and Keyshawn Dorsey. Now Bryant is getting looked at. Might be apparent he might be bleeding somewhere. So he's going to have to check out, at least temporarily. Maybe scuffed up his elbow or his knee as he laid out onto the floor for that basketball. So both teams will huddle up in front of their respective benches. And we'll try to get a determination of whose basketball this is. The officials staying over on that far side of the floor. So if it was a jump ball, the possession arrow did reside with Greensboro College, and that will be, in fact, the case. Pride will toss it in underneath their own basket. Bryant able to stay on the floor. Had the wound cleaned up. And now Coach Claude Shields pleading that maybe it's William Peace basketball. 15-10. Greensboro College with the lead. 10 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the first half of action.
Keith, what's the time in the book say?
So now it will remain Greensboro College ball. Langley on the inbound pass, gives in the right corner. Menace hands back off to Langley at the midcourt logo against Gaylord. Dribbles to his right. Menace to Watkins on the left wing. Fakes an overhead pass. Goes up top. Marks. Hands off. Langley ends up wide open, top of the circle, but the three-point shot attempt misses off the right side of the rim. Bryant skies for the rebound and is fouled as he comes down with it. So it'll be a much more leisurely walk of the basketball up the floor. Gaylord crosses the timeline. Pacers give to the right side. 15 foul on Greensboro, by the way. Pacers deal up top. Gaylord dishes. Don Tyrell, left corner three. Far off the backside of the rim, and Trey Bryant hits the deck as Greensboro gets the rebound defensively. But a foul called, and again, that's Watkins, his second consecutive personal foul. 16 fouls now on Greensboro. Tyrell checks out. In comes Sam Arnold, 1 for 2 from deep so far tonight with 3 points to his name. Watkins with a couple of fouls will remain in the game for Greensboro as William Peace triggers it in under the basket at the left block. Gaylord on the pass. Looking for Sellers, has to float it up outside the three-point line, and Sellers goes up and gets it. A jump ball received. Hands off to Gaylord, dribbles left side, puts up the floater with his right from the left-handed side of the basket and banks it in for two. That draws it within three, 15-12, 9:40 to play in the first half. Gaylord, his first bucket of the night, the fifth Pacer in the scoring column. Marks catches while cutting toward the basket, goes up for the layup and is fouled at the body by Tyson Sellers. So the Pride's leading scorer, Carmoni Marks, will go to the free throw line for a pair. Marks' first trip to the stripe so far tonight. He's got 6 points to lead the way for Greensboro. His first attempt is up and off the front side of the rim. No good. Marks a 78% free throw shooter on the season. He's taken the most of any Greensboro player. That was his 28th attempt. His 29th in the air and rips the bottom of the net to make it 16-12. He's got 7. 9.5 to play in the first half. Gaylord hands to Ingram on the right wing for William Peace. Dribbles through his legs, back to Gaylord in the corner. He dribbles up top, tried to wheel a pass underneath, but it's batted away. Back to Gaylord, dishes to Arnold on the left side. Shot attempt no good, just inside the three-point line, but a foul on a rebound attempt. And again, it's Watkins. In an attempt to box out his man, hooked with his arm, and that's personal foul number 3 against the freshman. Bryant will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. 1 for 2 so far tonight from the stripe. Watkins checks out. In comes Kevon Mertens to re-enter. Bryant to the line to shoot 1 and 1 rather. I believe I misspoke earlier. His first is up and in, nothing but net. 63% shooter on the season. Bryant now 2 of 3 from the line tonight. He has 4 points. And we'll get a second attempt. That makes it 16-13. Pacers trail by 3, 9:18 to play until half. Bryant a couple of dribbles, spin on the finger, and buries the second. Back within 2, 16-14 the Greensboro lead. 9:10 left until halftime. Marks swings it right side. Mertens gives it back up top to Langley. Greensboro living around the perimeter until they find something underneath that they like. Menace against Gupton. No dribble. Gives to Langley. Catch and shoot on the left wing. Short on the 3 attempt. Mertens comes away with the rebound offensively. Dribbles at the baseline. Up and under the outstretched arms of Trey Bryant. Banks it in for 2. 18-14. And here come the Pacers now with it on the other end. Gupton pivots at the top of the key while picking up his dribble. Has to be bailed out by Trey McClain. 8:35 remaining in the half. Bounce to the left side. Pump fake on the 3 for Arnold. Give backwards to McClain. Spins out. Ingram. 3 off the back of the iron. Mertens goes up for it at the top of the key and squeezes the board. Dribbles across midcourt. Gives to Langley with 8:15 remaining in the half. To Marks now on the right wing. The senior D'd up by the freshman John Ingram as the Pride swing it around to the left side. Mertens got a screen from Dorsey. Penetrates, kicks out to Langley. Picks up his dribble at the top of the key. Deals out to the right wing. Marks crosses from right to left. Gives to Dorsey. Pump fake, penetrates, drives, puts it up as the shot clock expires. But the ruling is that he didn't get it out of his hand in time. And it goes back to the Pacers. 7 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the first half. The under 8 media timeout, and Claude Shields screaming at his team to wake up. They weren't fired up at forcing the shot clock violation. He's trying to get them that way as his Pacers trail by 4. 18-14 the score with 7:54 remaining in the first half here at the Herm. So just a quick huddle up for William Peace during the media timeout, and they are immediately back onto the floor. The 2 freshmen exchanging low fives, Tyrell and Ingram. They're joined by Gupton, Trey McClain, and now Jason Dudley into the contest for the first time today. Perhaps to give a shot in the arm to this Pacers lineup, with which Claude Shields was pleading to get fired up going into the timeout there. McClain brings it across midcourt, gives to Gupton in the left corner, penetrates out to Tyrell, and he mishandles the pass. Lays out for it, reels it back in. Up top, McClain drives and banks it in for 2. And he got the foul call. Thought it might have been a charge against McClain, but instead he'll have a chance at 3 the hard way. That reels it within 2, 18-16. McClain has his first bucket of the evening. And Keyshawn Dorsey charged with the personal foul, team foul number 8 on Greensboro. For Dorsey, it's his first personal. 7:35 left in the first half as McLean squares up at the free throw line and buries it, completing the three-point play. McLean, a 65% free throw shooter on the young season. Makes it a one-point ball game. 18-17. Greensboro leads with 7:25 left until the half. Menace gives left side. Meertens thinks about a three. Yet to put it on the floor. There he goes with his right. Gets a high screen from Dorsey. Pump fake top of the key. Got Dudley in the air and pivots underneath to dump it in for two. It rolls in off the left side of the rim. 20-17, three-point Greensboro lead. McLean dribbles to the right wing, picks up, hands to Dudley, who was cutting toward the right wing. Against Dorsey, Dudley premature, picking up his dribble. Has to be bailed out by Gupton toward midcourt. 10 on the shot clock. Pacers get a high screen. Gupton over left side. Ingram dusts his man and pulls up from 15 feet on the left side. Nothing but net. 20-19. 1 point deficit for the Pacers as Greensboro brings it across the timeline with Meertens. They swing it left. Menace. Jab step. Step back. Three from the left corner. Off back iron. Dorsey goes up and gets it. Gives to Langley in the right corner. Penetrates out. There's Carmoni. Marks. Three-point shot attempt. Rattles out. And Jason Dudley there for the strong board. Down the floor for the Pacers. Near sideline to Gupton, and he lays it in softly with his right. The Pacers with the lead now 21-20. And 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the half. William Peace crowd into it a bit more here at the Herm. Meertens with it for Greensboro. Methodically, they work it from right to left side of the perimeter. Langley drives left side and lost his footing at the block, traveling. That's the 6th Greensboro turnover of the first half, and it gives William Peace the ball as they lead it 21-20, 5:52 remaining in the half. Check back into the game. Cameron Ferguson catches a pass in the left corner from Mikhail Gaylord. Up top, Dudley hands off to Sellers. Back to Gaylord at the midcourt logo against Langley. Dribbles left, hands to Ferguson. Tightly defended by Menace. He gives right back to Gaylord on the left wing. Penetration. Underhanded pass to the corner where it's caught by Don Tyrell. He drives into the paint, puts it up, and it's off the back of the iron. Thudding off and rebounded by Carmoni. Marks. Pro hop. In the paint, in transition. Marks tried to take it all by himself and a foul called. Could have easily been Camden Ferguson's third personal. Instead, Tyson Sellers saddled with the foul. That's his second personal. Team foul number 7 on the Pacers, and Marks goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 5:21 left in the first. Marks is first. Hits the right side of the rim and falls through. Jason Dudley checks out. Trey Bryant in for William Peace. 5 boards already for the big man, the junior. Marks' second free throw is up. He's 2 for 2 in that trip. And now 3 for 4 on the evening. 78% shooter on the season. 1 point Greensboro lead. Gaylord swiftly makes his way down the court. Sellers' three-point shot attempt from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Bryant. He gets it back up top to Gaylord. And as he drives toward the rack, is fouled by Keyshawn Dorsey. Oh, excuse me. Kiefer Langley, the call, who is number 1. Dorsey is number 11, so a 1-and-1 signal was to indicate that Mikhail Gaylord will shoot that sequence at the free throw line. He hits his first and ties us up at 22. Gaylord now with 3 points on the evening. His second sails through to make it 23-22 in favor of the Pacers. Gaylord improves on his 67% mark from the free throw line. Greensboro with it to Dorsey on the right wing. Nearly lost it as it squirts out from in between his hands. Left side given to Meertens, who drives, loses his handle, and it rolls out of bounds at the baseline. Last touched by the Pacers is the ruling. Meertens out and grabs a towel from Carmani Marks. So now the inbound pass from underneath the basket for Greensboro. Goes to Menace in the right corner. Against Ferguson. Crosses from left to right. 6 on the shot clock. Pull up. And it rolls in. Good shot by Menace to make it 24-23. Pacers now with it. 4.5 minutes left until the break. Bounce pass to the right wing. Ferguson. Not enough space to shoot. Gives back up top to Gaylord. They send it to the opposite side. Sellers receives on the left wing. Against Menace. Crosses from left to right. Driving baseline. Tries a pass to the opposite corner, and it bounces off of Landon Murray. Check that. After it hit Murray, it was off of Sellers' hands, and it goes out of bounds. So a turnover for the Pacers gives it back to Greensboro with 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first half. 24-23, the Greensboro lead. Both teams looking for their first USA South Conference win of the season. Marks at the midcourt logo. Gives to Dorsey, back up top of the circle to Menace. Passed over to Marks. Tried to pivot, and he was met by Ingram. Knocks it away and steals it. Outlet handed to Mikhail Gaylord. Driving left side. Dumps it underneath. Beautiful pass on the assist to Don Tyrell. Easy lay-in for 2. On the other end, Langley tried to take it coast to coast. Too strong on the layup attempt. Bryant the board. Quick outlet to Gaylord. Center court. Hands it out on the left wing to Ingram. Congestion in the lane. They ran into each other. Ingram loses his handle. Marks on the other end. Gives to Langley. Three-pointer from the right wing. Rattles out. Trey Bryant, another rebound for the Pacers. Up the floor. Tyrell alters his layup attempt. It's off the side of the rim. Putback attempt no good for Bryant. And Marks ends up with it for Greensboro. Gives to Langley, and they'll slow things down. Langley leisurely makes his way into the front court. Back to Marks on the left wing. 3:07 to play in the first half. Still 25-24. William Peace leads. Menace gets a high screen from Murray. Drives left side. The floater hits off the front of the rim. Boarded by Trey Bryant. And outletted to Camden Ferguson. Hands off to Ingram on the wing. In traffic. Double team, then triple teamed. Ingram goes up hard and is fouled hard subsequently on the shot attempt. The freshman will go to the free throw line on the other side of the media timeout. 2 minutes, 52 seconds remaining until halftime. The under 4 media timeout. It's William Peace 25, Greensboro College 24. Nearing halftime here at the Herm, just a 1-point lead for William Peace. Darren Vaught with you on the Pacers Sports Network. 2:52 remaining in the first stanza. John Ingram goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Freshman was in the act of shooting. As the officials get that cleared up, he's shooting 2, John Ingram. 2 points on the day. His first free throw attempt of the evening is up and rolls in. 26-24 Pacers with the lead. Ingram shooting about 84% from the line in his first season for the Pacers. a freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Myers Park High School. Second is up, sticks to the right side of the rim and rolls in. 3-point Pacers lead, 27-24. It's the largest it's been, the deficit in favor of William Peace. Marks, top of the circle. Hands off, they give left side to Meertens. And up top of the key, Murray shuffles his feet, hands to Marks, who prematurely picks up his dribble on the elbow. 7 on the shot clock to Meertens. He mishandles the pass, dribbling, driving left. Line drives the layup attempt, and it's off the bottom of the backboard. Rebounded by Trey Bryant. That's his 11th board. Pacers clear it forward to Gupton. Top of the circle, back to Bryant. Dribbles through his legs, gives right side. Ingram pulls up for 3. It rolls off the front side of the rim and is rebounded strongly by Dorsey of Greensboro. He comes to the near sideline. Meertens gets it across midcourt. And the Pride swings it around the left side. Jordan McCray just checked into the game for Greensboro. Gets one touch and gives back up top of the key. Carmoni Marks now with it. 10 on the shot clock. He's backing toward midcourt against Gaylord. Gets a high screen from Murray. Still dribbling with his right. Down on the block. Switches hands and banks it in off of the top of the window with his left. Nice play by Carmoni Marks to make it 27-26. Gaylord on the other end. Gives on the left wing. Gupton's three-point shot attempt off the far side of the rim. Rebounded by Murray, but then tied up by John Ingram. Jump ball gives it back to William Peace. Hustle play by the first-year Pacer. 1 minute, 29 seconds until the half. Sam Arnold is out. John Ingram and Mikhail Gaylord follow. Trey McClain, Don Tyrell, and Tyson Sellers re-enter for William Peace as Smith Gupton will be the trigger man underneath the basket on the inbound play. Floats it at the three-point line where it's retrieved by Trey McClain. High screen from Bryant. He elects not to take it. Drives right side. Sends a pass to the left side. It's off a couple of different hands before Don Tyrell goes up and gets it and is bodied up in his backside to receive the foul. Carmoni Marks, the senior, charged with the personal. That's his first, but it's the 11th team foul on Greensboro, so Tyrell will go to the free throw line, and he'll get 2 free throws with 1:22 remaining until halftime. The freshman's first free throw is up and in off the front side of the rim. That makes it 28-26 in favor of the Pacers. Tyrell with 3 points. And his second attempt from the line, nothing but net. 29-26 in favor of William Peace. Marks and Dorsey jog it up the floor for William Peace. Swung left side, Meertens against McClain. Gives to McCray. They swing it right side to Marks, where he's defended and met by Sellers. No dribble. Up top, Meertens. Pump fake on the 3. Drives through the lane. Switches from left to right. Floats it up there short of the basket, but foul called against Trey Bryant. And Kevon Meertens will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. This is his second trip to the line. He's 2 for 2 in his first trip. Sends up the free throw, and it bangs in to make it 29-27. 2-point Pacers lead with 1:02 left in the half. Meertens, his second. Softly rolls in as well. Kevon Meertens shooting 63% from the line. McClain drives right side, dribbling toward the wing. Runs into his defender. That's Kevon Meertens as well. His first personal. Pacers well into the double bonus, and McClain goes to the line to shoot 2, but not before we get a couple of spots cleaned up on the floor here at the Herman Athletic Center. 59.4 seconds left in the first half as the clock reads. Pacers up by 1. McClain's first rips the bottom of the net to give the Pacers 30 to the Pride's 28. Menace back into the game to run point guard for the Pride. As McClain sends up his third free throw of the night, and he's a perfect 3 for 3. 5 points for the senior, and it's 31-28. McCray catches a pass on the left wing. McLean knocked it away, but McCray able to pull it back in. Over to Marks on the right side. Quick twitch. Good move to his right, but can't get by Sellers. Now back to Marks in the corner against Gupton. Dribbles left, sends it to the top of the circle. Menace's three is off back iron and boarded at the top of the key by Murray. Back out toward midcourt to Marks. And a timeout called by Greensboro with 29.8 seconds remaining on the clock. About a 5-second difference between that and their shot clock exiting the timeout. They'll have 24 seconds to put it up. Pacers lead it by 3, almost halftime here at the Herm. 31-28 your score. .8 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. McCray to trigger it in on the far sideline in the front court for Greensboro College. A couple of guys stacked, including Carmani Marks, who catches a pass right at midcourt. Almost has it knocked away, tightly D'd up by Tyson Sellers, who backs off eventually. 15 on the shot clock. Stutter step, drives left and passes to McCray, who wasn't ready. Sails out of bounds, and Greensboro turns it over with 18.6 to play in the first half. Shot clock turned off. William Peace ball. Pacers lead 31-28. Bryant and McLean, who handles, bring it up. At midcourt, McLean goes to the left elbow. Bryant back to McLean on the right side. He sets a screen. McLean dribbles left. Stutter step. Puts it up. It's off the backboard, but into the hands of Bryant. His 12th rebound of the night. And as he comes down with it, shared possession. But I didn't see a Greensboro player with hands on it. It was into Landon Murray's backside and just kind of stuck there as Bryant tried to go back up with it. Either way, it goes back to Greensboro, but they don't have enough time to do anything with it on the inbound pass as the clock hits 0, and we have reached halftime. William Peace University 31, Greensboro College 28 at the break. Pacers looking for their second straight victory here at the Herm. They lead it by 3 at the half. Stay with us on the Pacers Sports Network.
Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up. 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 Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up.
Welcome back. Time for the second half here on the Pacers Sports Network. Darren Vaught with you. And William Peace University with a 3-point lead, 31-28. As we get set to resume play. A couple things noteworthy coming out of the first half. Trey Bryant, 5 points, 12 rebounds for William Peace University. He tied the program record in the season opener with 17. He's 5 off of that mark. And we still have 20 minutes of basketball left to be played. Starting 5 back out on the floor for William Peace. They'll begin with the basketball in their all-white uniforms, now operating from my left to right. Mikal Gaylord receives the inbound pass and enters the front court. Handoff top of the circle to Smith Gupton. Bounce pass underneath. Backdoor cut. John Ingram banks it in from underneath the basket and is fouled. Chance at a three-point play. And a lot of energy right out of the gate here in the second half for William Peace. 33-28, 19:48 left to play. And Ingram will look to complete his second three-point play of the night, at least in the way of a two-point basket plus the foul. The free throw is up, rips the bottom of the net to make it 34-28. Pacers with their largest lead of the night at 6. 20 seconds into the second half. Marks brings it across the timeline for Greensboro College. Up top to Noah Watkins. Back to Marks against Ingram. Fakes a pass underneath and dribbles to the left wing. Floats it down to the block. Back to the basket against Bryant. Pfeiffer turns and lays it in with his right to match the basket. 34-30 now the score. Gaylord sprinting into the front court to Gupton. Left corner and the three is in. 37-30. A quick 6 for the Pacers in the second half, and they lead by 7 just a minute in. 19 minutes remaining. Pfeiffer nearly has it knocked away by Trey Bryant as Greensboro swings it to the right side of the perimeter. Watkins with 3 personal fouls. Gives up top, and the Pride go down into the corner. Pfeiffer tries his hand at a corner 3. It's off the back of the rim, and Gaylord goes up for the rebound. Clears it up the floor. Off the hand of Pfeiffer. Bryant reels it in and banks it in from behind the backboard. Nifty play. He's got 7. A 9-point Pacers lead is their largest of the night, 18:30 to play. Marks against Ingram, senior versus freshman. Swings it to the right side. Langley with the basketball, puts it on the floor through his legs, defended by Gaylord. Stutter step, dribbles right, crosses to his left. Top of the key, floater. Thuds off the back of the rim, and Trey Bryant, of course, who else? Reels in the rebound. That's his 13th of the night. Outlet to Gaylord, and the Pacers enter the front court. Top of the circle, Gaylord to Ingram, back to Gupton up top, and to Bryant on the right side. Handed in the corner. Ingram from right to the block, puts it up. It's off the near side of the rim. Bryant was there but can't reel in the rebound. It goes down to Carmani Marks. All the way, coast to coast. Marks! Up and under. A couple of defenders in the lane, but a turnover. It rolled in and will not count as he traveled with the basketball. That's Marks' 5th turnover of the evening. Carmani Marks, the leading scorer and rebounder for the Pride, gives it up a handful of times so far. Ingram picks up his dribble at the elbow, pivots and lost his footing. And it's a Pacers turnover. Claude Shields receives an explanation, not thinking that Ingram's established pivot foot moved, but it goes back to Greensboro, and on the pass in the front court, there's a foul off the ball. That's Watkins. He's been awfully handsy, committing now his 4th personal foul, the 2nd team foul of the half for Greensboro. Watkins with a quick exit, just 2.5 minutes into the second half here. He'll have a seat. Gaylord across the timeline for William Peace. Gets a high screen from Bryant. Pick and roll underneath to Bryant, lays it in as he falls to the ground. Picks up the foul. Bryant helped up by his teammates as he is smiling. And the foul called against Keyshawn Dorsey, his 2nd personal. We're about 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the second half, and so far so great for the Pacers. Bryant to the free throw line. He's 3 of 4 from the stripe so far tonight, a 63% shooter on the season. Puts it up. Drops it in. 42-30, 12-point Pacers lead. 17:15 to play as Marks dribbles to midcourt, dumps it to the top of the circle where Pfeiffer has a pass knocked away, but it's reeled in by Langley on the right wing. Driving, picks up his dribble, puts up a jumper from 15 feet. Rebounded at the top of the key by Gaylord, who swiftly makes his way into the front court. Driving left side against Pfeiffer. Short on the layup attempt and a foul. Pfeiffer, much larger than Mikhail Gaylord. The 6'4", 215-pound junior for Greensboro knocks down the Pacers point guard, just 5'9", the junior out of Durham. So Gaylord goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. His first is up and in. He's now 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. 5 points for Cale. 5 assists, 3 rebounds to go with that. Hasn't turned it over yet either, which is something you love to see out of a point guard. 43-30, his 2nd of 2. Rolls in off the right side of the rim. 2 for 2 in the trip, and a whistle before the inbound pass comes in. Foul called against Mikhail Gaylord. So we'll re-rack it, and Carmani Marks will try and trigger it in against this full court pressure applied by William Peace. Clears the pass into Langley. 16:53 and counting down left in the game. Langley across midcourt. Gives right side to Dorsey against Tyrell. They swing it left now. Marks with it. Floats a pass down to the block. Pfeiffer spins and loses his handle. It's out of bounds. Good defense there by Trey Bryant to force the turnover and give it back to the Pacers with 16:39 to play. 44-30, William Peace's lead. Gaylord with it on the left side of the offense. Hands off as he dribbles to the right. Ingram up top. Sellers thinks about a 3, picks up his dribble inside the three-point line. Gaylord penetrates out to Sellers. Left corner 3 is too long. It's off the back of the iron and rebounded by Carmani Marks, who drops to the floor. as a couple of Pacers trying to get their paws on it. Whistle blown. And was it a foul or not a timeout? Teams don't come to the benches, although individuals do. Don Tyrell, Mikhail Gaylord check out. 16-15 remaining. It's Greensboro ball. Pass to the top of the circle. Pfeiffer gives outside. Meertens, three-point shot attempt, rattles off the right side, and Trey Bryant squeezes the rebound, his 14th of the evening. Sellers in the right corner, gives up top. Trey McClain cutting. Ingram catches, pulls up from 10, and it rattles in and out. Marks with the rebound. Forwards the pass to Langley, and he tries immediately to launch it toward the basket intended for Meertens, but overthrown. It sails out of bounds at the corner near the entrance of the Herm here. And we have our first media timeout. 15:42 remaining in the second half. And what a run for William Peace, a 10-0 run in the last 4 minutes of play. It's 44-30. Pacers lead it. (44-30), the score in favor of the good guys. 15 minutes, 42 seconds remain, and the Pacers on quite the run to begin this second half of action. 13-2 so far in the second stanza. Trey McClain brings it up the court for William Peace. Dribbles, driving left side, out to the right wing. Sellers open for three, off the front of the rim. Ingram streaking in for the rebound. Dumps it in with his left, 46-30. Greensboro with it on the other end. Dorsey hands to Marks on the right wing, 15-17 to play. Langley swings a pass to the left side, and back up top they go to Marks. Dorsey dribbles just inside the three-point line, launches up a two-point shot. It's off the back of the iron, and high, bouncing, falls through for two. Just the second basket of the second half for Greensboro. They didn't have a single player in the first half hit more than two from the field. Trey McClain buries the three for William Peace after receiving a high screen from Trey Bryant, and it's 49-32. Pacers lead up to 17 at the largest of the evening. Dorsey gives to Langley at midcourt. Shot clock already down to 12 for Greensboro. Marks with it. Fakes right, drives left on Ingram, puts it off the near side of the rim and goes up, gets his own rebound. Tried to hit a cutting teammate, that was Dorsey, and it's off of his leg. McClain, the lob to Bryant. Nope, mishandled. Too high, and he launched it over the cylinder. Rebounded by Langley. 1-on-3. Langley forces up a layup attempt. It's off the front of the rim. Sellers, the rebound. Forward to Bryant, and the one-handed slam. That's the emphatic point that they wanted to make on that lob pass. Sellers re-racks it with a pass forward after the turnover. And Bryant takes advantage. He now has 12 points, 14 rebounds, and he just put the Pacers up by 19, forcing a Greensboro College timeout with 14:07 to play. 51-32. Energy's up here in the second half, that's for sure. 20-4 the second half run so far in not even 6 minutes of action. Trey Bryant, by the way, the only Pacers player in double figures scoring so far, but there are 7 other Pacers on the board. 9 for John Ingram on 3 of 8 shooting. 8 for Trey McClain. He's been efficient. 2 of 3 from the field, perfect from the free throw line. 6 for Mikal Gaylord. Smith Gupton has 5. 4 for Don Tyrell. 3 apiece for Tyson Sellers and Sam Arnold. And it's been a very balanced, unselfish attack for the Pacers. Coming out of the timeout, Paul Dunlap and Camden Ferguson now in. They join Sam Arnold, Trey McClain, and Tyson Sellers. Ferguson, again, in his first game of the season, the sharp-shooting wing player. In his first couple of seasons with the Pacers, has set records as a three-point shooter. Greensboro with it. Chest pass up top to Menace, top of the circle against Ferguson. Gets a screen from Murray. Tried to sneak a pass to Murray. Right place, right time. McCray's there in the right corner. Pass up top. Mertens nearly has it picked away to McCray in the corner. On the left side, off near side of the rim. Skying for the rebound is Tyson Sellers, but a whistle, and that might stay with Greensboro. It does. Paul Dunlap charged with his first personal. Second team foul on the Pacers here in the second half. They lead at 51-32, 13:38 to play. Inbound goes to the right corner to McCray. He hands off. Marks cuts from right to left, altering his shot, banks it in for 2 from the left side to make it 51-34. 13:25 left. Sellers dribbles immediately to the right wing. Around to the left side, McClain. Pump fake on the 3, gets McCray to bite, drives right side, has it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with William Peace as the clock stops at 13:15. Shot clock at 16 seconds. Tyson Sellers swaps places with McClain and will toss in the inbound pass. They're on the right side of the basket. It's bounced to the elbow. McClain receives and dribbles out toward midcourt. High screen, Dunlap. McClain bounces to the left, nearly loses his handle, but regains it and gives to Sellers. 10 on the shot clock. To Ferguson on the left wing. He drives right side. Dunlap, right corner, wide open. Off the near side of the rim, and no good, but McClain gets the rebound with position, and a dangerous play by Jordan McCray, who fouls McClain going underneath his legs after McClain already had position and leapt for the rebound. Luckily for Trey McClain, he landed on his back. Inbound goes to the left corner. Dunlap tries another 3, and it gets wedged between the backboard and the rim. On the other end, Marks, catch and shoot 3 from the left wing, rolls in. 51-37. Carmani Marks with 16 points now has reached his season average for Greensboro. McClain, top of the circle to Don Tyrell. Sellers receives it on the left wing. Gets a screen right, drives left on Marks. Batted away, but Sellers scrambles for it in the corner. Gives to Ferguson. He hands to Sellers and sets a screen, but it's a moving screen. And the foul charge to Cam Ferguson is his third personal. Third team foul of the half on the Pacers. Sellers, Ferguson, and Dunlap check out. In come Ingram, Gupton, and Bryant. They're joined by Tyrell and Gaylord. Marks handling the ball for Greensboro. Begins the offense with a pass to the left. Back up top is McCray. To Menace, then Marks on the right wing against Ingram. Tries to drive baseline, but Ingram stops him dead in his tracks. Out to Menace, the corner 3. Rips the bottom of the net, 51-40. 11-point Pacers lead. They push it forward to Tyrell on the right block. One dribble. He goes out to Gaylord. And they reset things against McCray. Pass to the left, into the corner. Trey Bryant for 3, nothing but net. 15 points for Bryant, his first three-point make of the game, his first attempt from deep, and a foul on the other end on the layup attempt. It'll be charged to Don Tyrell. 2 shots coming for Meertens, but he'll have to wait as we're at the under 12 media timeout. 11 minutes, 37 seconds left in the second half of action. 54-40. William Peace with the lead over Greensboro College. Couple of free throws on the way for Kevon Meertens, the freshman for Greensboro College. Following the foul committed by Don Tyrell Jr., his first personal, 4th team foul for William Peace. 11:37 left in the second half, 54-40. Pacers with the lead as Meertens fires up his first free throw. 63% shooter on the season. His second is up and in as well. Carmoni Marks checks out of the contest for the Pride. Gaylord with it to run the offense for the Pacers. Back to Gaylord, bounce pass, left side, catch and shoot 3. Smith-Gupton fires it in to make it 57-41, 11:17 left in the game. Greensboro with it. Keyshawn Dorsey waving off traffic, picks up his dribble at the left wing against Ingram, tightly defended. Goes back toward midcourt to Menace. Murray with a high screen. Menace fires, but a whistle blown, and Murray charged with the offensive foul. That's team foul number 6. Murray's second with 11 minutes to go, and William Peace with the basketball. Gaylord and Bryant bring it up for the Pacers. Bounced to Ingram. 1-3-1 defense being applied by Greensboro. Pass underneath. Baseline jumper. Bryant off the near side of the rim. He goes up to get his own rebound and commits the foul against Menace, who was also contending. That gives it back to Greensboro. Bryant's second personal foul. So nothing to worry about there just quite yet. Team foul number 5 on William Peace as Menace brings it up. One-handed pass to the right side. Meertens against Tyrell. Doesn't put it on the floor. And the Pride swings it to the left side. Dorsey spins against Bryant at the block and floats it in. Nice one-on-one move for Dorsey for the 2-point basket. That makes it 57-43. 10:25 left to play. Overhead pass from Mikhail Gaylord. They swing it to the right corner. Smith-Gupton, another 3! He hit from each side, the left and now the right. 6 straight points for Smith-Gupton at 60-43. Pacers advantage with 10 minutes remaining in the game. Menace on the left wing against Gupton. Another high screen coming from Murray. Gupton fights through it. Menace, one-handed pass up top. Meertens shuffled his feet before taking off with it. Traveling violation is the 16th turnover of the evening for Greensboro, compared to just 10 by William Peace. 9:57 left in the contest and a 17-point Pacers lead. Sellers with it on the right wing. Again, the 1-3-1 for Greensboro. Sellers catch and shoot from the right wing. Zone busters, the William Peace Pacers. It's 63-43, a 20-point lead. Dorsey drives right side, kicks out to McCray for Greensboro. 9:30 remaining. Picks up his dribble at the elbow, gives left side to Meertens. Stonewalled by Tyrell, and they kick it out to McCray for the three-point basket. Pacers on the other end. Give to Gupton on the left side. A little strong on the long three, and it rattles out. Rebounded by Dorsey. Outlet pass goes to Meertens of Greensboro. 9:08 to play. Meertens under the left side of the rim. Tyrell swats it against the glass. Pacers come away with it. Gupton forward to Sellers. Rolls out the layup attempt. He went up with his right. Was met by a couple of bodies around him, but no foul called. And the ball bounces out at the baseline to give it back to Greensboro. With 8:59 to play, Dorsey checks out. Carmani Marks back into the contest for Greensboro. He's one of two Pride players in double figures, leading the way with 16. Dribbling with his left, defended by Sellers. Enters the front court for Greensboro, gives left side to Meertens. Around the right side now, McCray back to the top of the circle, jab step to the right. Dribbles left, puts up the mid-range jumper, and it thuds off the front side of the rim for Marks. Rebounded by Bryant to Gaylord. Crosses from left to right to Smith Gupton on the right wing. Short on the three attempt. Couple of hands later, and ends up with Tyson Sellers, an offensive rebound. Out to Gaylord, dribbles to the top of the key, gives to the right side. Tyrell drives and puts it up against Murray, who was straight up in the air. The miss and the takeaway for Murray. Outlet to Meertens, and he lays it in with his right on the other side. 63-48, 8:04 to play in the contest. Meertens now has 11, and Bryant tries a dunk on the other end of the floor. Grabs hold of the rim, and a whistle blown, foul called. Caught a pass with a lot of momentum. And Meertens charged with his second personal. 7:59 on the clock. We've hit the under 8 media timeout. Pacers 63, Pride 48, a 15-point lead for the home team here on the Pacers Sports Network. .759 on the scoreboard here at the Herman Athletic Center. Darren Vaught with you on the Pacers Sports Network. A 15-point William Peace lead. This was just a 3-point game at the half. But here in the second half, the Pacers have already scored more points. 32 in the second half. They had 31 in all 20 minutes of the first. We got 8 minutes left. Trey Bryant to the free throw line will shoot 2 for William Peace. He's 4 of 5 from the stripe so far today. 15 points, 15 rebounds for the junior big man. 63% shooter on the season coming into tonight. Buries the first of 2 and makes it 64-48. It's gotten a little chippy, maybe a little bit sloppy here in the past 2 minutes or so. So the media timeout slowing things down, deflating the Herm a little bit as Bryant buries his second and checks out in favor of Paul Dunlap for the Pacers. Dunlap, the 6'6 senior out of Durham, North Carolina. Greensboro with it. Now in the half-court set. Catch and shoot 3 for Menace. from the top of the circle, and it rolls in. 65-51. McLean to the left corner. Ingram on the other end, and he's bodied as he approaches the rack. Layup attempt rolls off the front side of the rim, but a couple of shots on the way for John Ingram. In his first season for William Peace, has already earned a spot in the starting lineup consistently. One of 5 Pacers averaging 10 points or more per game. Ingram today looking for his 10th. He has 9, 3 of 3 from the stripe so far. Hits the right side of the rim and rattles in. 10 points. Another double-digit scoring performance for the freshman. Shooting right around 85% from the free throw line this season. Second, that high release that we've come to know out of John Ingram, puts it in, and he's 2 for 2 in that trip. 5 for 5 from the line so far tonight. 67-51. Shot put up just inside the three-point line by Menace on the left side. Long rebound goes down to Menace. He swings it back outside. Marks on the left wing for 3. It rattles in. 67-54. A whistle blown in the backcourt off the ball. And a foul called offensively on Smith Gupton. He was trying to free himself on the inbound pass from Noah Watkins. And Smith Gupton picks up his first personal. Team foul number 6 on the Pacers, and Gupton will be replaced by Don Tyrell. Dunlap has a seat, and Bryant, after a quick breather, back into the game. Langley on the inbound for Greensboro. Clears it outside the three-point line to Watkins, who dribbles through his legs and puts up a long 2. It rolls off the left side of the rim, rebounded by Trey McLean. Pacers on the other end. McLean to Sellers, right wing 3, and it's in. 70-54. 16 points the lead with 7 minutes remaining for the Pacers. Watkins with it for Greensboro. They swing it to the left side to Marks. Against Ingram, gets a high screen from Pfeiffer, fires up the 3, and it bounces off the rim and over top of the backboard, so it's out of bounds to give it back to William Peace with 6:47 left in the contest. Sellers, following that three-point basket, now has 9. All of his points coming on three-point baskets. He's hit 3 of them. Ingram, the inlet pass to Trey Bryant. One dribble, Bryant, dead ball in the corner. He's defended by Pfeiffer, bailed out by McLean on the wing. 7 on the shot clock for the Pacers. McLean through his legs, dribbles, step back, driving right side of the lane, and banks it in. Switches hands, alters his shot in midair, and finds a way to put the ball in the basket. 72-54, 6:10 to play. Pfeiffer for Greensboro, top of the circle, fakes a pass right, drives left on Bryant, and waves it in with his right off of the glass. 72-56, that draws it back within 16, under 6 to play. McLean makes his way up the floor. Gives to Bryant, top of the circle. Right wing, Ingram dribbles through his legs. Down on the left block is Tyson Sellers. Bumps his man and lays it in softly with his right for 2. He's in double figures. 11 for Sellers. Whistle on the other end. And a foul called. Marks was trying to make his way from one end to the other in speedy fashion. But a foul called against John Ingram. That's his 3rd personal. It is team foul number 7 on the Pacers, so Marks gets 1 and 1 at the line. Trey McLean checks out. Starting point guard Mikal Gaylord back in for the Pacers. First free throw up and in for Marks, so he'll be rewarded a second in the 1-and-1 sequence. 74-57. 17-point Pacers lead with 5:37 left to play. Marks now with 20. Gets the second of 2 free throws to roll in. He has 21 points. And the inbound pass goes to Mikal Gaylord. He clears it forward into the front court to Trey Bryant, who hands it right back to the point guard. Cross from right to left, driving left side. Try to bounce pass underneath, stolen away, forwarded. Watkins has it swatted out of bounds. Trey Bryant from behind. Watkins was in the center of the lane, tried to toss it straight up. He didn't really have an angle on the backboard. And Bryant, from directly behind him, gets his paw on it and smacks it out of bounds in front of the Greensboro bench. Pride on the inbound pass. Give to Langley. Against Tyrell at the perimeter. Picks up his dribble. Gives to Pfeiffer. Nowhere for him to go with it. He drives left side. Pulls up from 10 feet. Nifty move. Looked like a backcourt player there, did Michael Pfeiffer, the big man. And he drops it in for two. Under 5 to play. 14-point Pacers lead. 74-60. High screen for Sellers from Bryant. Drives right side. No-look pass on the right block. John Ingram banks it in. 76-60. Ingram has 13. Left wing, Menace, defended by Sellers. Sends a chest pass, top of the circle to Watkins, who hands to Pfeiffer. He pulls for three against Bryant. Well short on the shot attempt. It's off the front of the rim and into the arms of Mikhail Gaylord, who on the other side drives left side. He made it look easy. Lays it in against Langley for two. 78-60. Langley coast to coast on the other side. Lost his handle. Bryant went up for the block but cleared the player Langley. Mikhail Gaylord hands to Ingram. Backward pass to Tyrell. He can't get it to fall from the block. Bouncing toward midcourt. Marks comes away with it. Langley back to Marks on the wing. Takes off in the lane and skies over Mikhail Gaylord to lay it in with his right. And make it 78-62. Still a 16-point lead for the Pacers. Marks now with 23. And a timeout called by the Pride and head coach Brian Goluski. 3:56 remaining in the second half. A large margin between your William P. Six to be exact on the clock here at the Herman Athletic Center at William Peace University in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. 78-62, a 16-point lead for William Peace. Pacers looking for their second win in a row, second home win of the season. Inbound pass from Trey McClain goes to Mikhail Gaylord, back to McClain. Lofts a pass forward into the front court. Sellers for three. It rims out, but Ingram comes away with the rebound on the right block. Underhands the pass to the corner and then outward to Trey McClain. He drives left side. Zips a pass in the direction of Trey Bryant. And it passes him by and sails out of bounds to give it back to Greensboro College. 3:37 in ticking left in this one. Watkins quickly makes his way down the floor, pulls up from 15 feet, and it bounces in from the right wing. 78-64. Watkins, not a lot of ways to contribute. He's been in foul trouble. His 2 points now. Pass cleared inside for William Peace on the other end. Sellers from the left block to Bryant on the right block. He banks it in for two. Trey Bryant now with 19 points, 15 rebounds, and his first block of the evening going into the timeout. Marks handling the ball for Greensboro College. 3:02 to play. Over to Watkins on the right wing. Fakes left, drives right, passes underneath. Shot swatted away against the backboard by Trey McClain. Marks had a good look at the layup, but great recovery defensively by Trey McClain. Pass over to the left side for the Pacers. Smacked out of bounds by Noah Watkins. Had he been there just a split second sooner, Watkins would have had himself a one-man fast break. Tyson Sellers will exit the contest for the Pacers. Now into double figures, he has 11. Smith Gupton in his stead, also with 11 on 3 of 9 shooting from deep. Gaylord, the inbound pass from the far sideline, gives to Trey Bryant. Mishandles it as he tries to dribble through his legs, and instead decides, hey, I'll give it to the point guard. Gaylord, a high screen from Bryant, drives left. McClain, corner 3, off the near side of the rim, skips over the cylinder, and reeled in by Pfeiffer of Greensboro. Outlet pass, they clear it into the front court. Dorsey nearly has it knocked away, recovers, gives to Pfeiffer. 3-point shot attempt from the top of the circle, rolls in and out. Trey Bryant there for his 16th rebound. McClain on the other side, gives to the left side. John Ingram stuffed by the rim and hit the floor hard. In transition, he's lifting himself up off of the ground now following the stoppage in play and looks to be okay. He just fell awkwardly. I don't know if he knew 100% where he was in relation to the basket when he took off. So Ingram will be subbed out. Sellers quickly back in. Not a long breather for him. And the clock stops at 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. 80-64. William Peace leads. McClain now will take this opportunity to sub out of the contest. Don Tyrell back in. Good ball handlers in for William Peace, though they are on the defensive here. Carmani Marks, the inbounder for Greensboro, in their backcourt, just in front of the Pacers bench. Floats it back toward the opposite baseline. And Langley reels it in, makes his way up the floor. Bounces to Watkins on the right wing. Gaylord takes a smack at the ball and makes contact. That's a foul. Gaylord commits the foul. And it's being scored is against Tyson Sellers. I don't know how that's the case. For Sellers, that's his third. Marks goes to the free throw line, so it was off the ball. Unable to capitalize on his first of the 1-and-1. Sellers with it on the other end. Long strides through the paint and lays it in with his right. So again, the foul was against Sellers. That's his third. Marks comes up empty-handed with the one free throw. 2 points for the Pacers after the Sellers lay-in, and it's 82-64. He has 13. Watkins driving from the left side. Underneath the basket, chucks it up, and somehow gets it to go off of the high glass and in against Smith Gupton. 1:30 remaining, 82-66 as Watkins now has 4. Sellers, the 3 from the left corner. High bounce off the front of the rim. Pfeiffer, the rebound, clears it forward to Langley, who quickly makes his way up the floor. And at the left block while attempting a shot is going to be fouled by Smith Gupton. Langley with a couple of free throws on the way. A lot of subs. Don Tyrell, Smith Gupton, Trey Bryant out for the Pacers. In comes Sam Arnold, Paul Dunlap, and Camden Ferguson. Langley's first of the 1-and-1 is in. I think he was on the shot, so he would have gotten 2 anyway. 82-67, 15-point deficit for Greensboro. Langley's second up in the air, rips the bottom of the net, and is good. Kiefer Langley, a 67% shooter on the season. Check that with those 2 makes. He's now up close to 70% on the year, 15 of 21. Mikal Gaylord makes his way up the floor for the Pacers. Against Menace. Crosses from right to left. Gives right side and receives it right back from Sam Arnold. 1:05 to play. 14-point Pacers lead. Gaylord, 10 on the shot clock. Goes to the left wing. Pump fake and drive by Tyson Sellers. And Noah Watkins there, a little handsy, will be disqualified. That's his 5th personal foul. 9th team foul on Greensboro College, so Tyson Sellers gets 1-and-1 at the line. Dante White, the senior of Charlotte, North Carolina, checks back in, or enters for the first time today, rather, for Greensboro College. He replaces the disqualified Walker. Raz Walker checks in for William Peace. Sellers, first free throw, clangs off the backside of the rim, and the rebound goes down to Dorsey. Greensboro now moving forward, under a minute to play, 50 seconds on the clock. Dorsey drives left side of the lane, through contact, floats it in. 2 points and a chance for a third. And now Tyson Sellers will check out. In comes Trey McClain again. So the 5 for the Pacers: McClain, Camden Ferguson, William Raz Walker, Sam Arnold, and Paul Dunlap. The latter of the two at the lower blocks for this free throw. Dorsey trying to complete the three-point play, puts it up and in. Shooting 61% from the free throw line this season. Inbound goes to Cam. Backward to McClain, and he dribbles across midcourt. Against Menace, 40 to play. Picks up his dribble at the elbow. Bounces it to the baseline. Cam Ferguson back out to the wing, outside the three-point line. Top of the circle. Walker fires the three. It's off the right side of the rim. No good. Boarded by Dunlap. Back up top and toward midcourt to Trey McClain. And about a half a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As McClain dribbles around, scurrying from Menace. On the right wing, behind his back, 6 to shoot. To the left corner, Cam Ferguson, short on the three. Gets his own board, out to Walker. Fires it from the left wing, and he's too strong on the three-point shot attempt. As time expires, guy that doesn't get in games too often, so they wanted to see him get a shot to fall. But that does it and ends the contest. Pacers get their second win in a row, this one by 11. 82-71 the final score over Greensboro College. That's William Peace's second consecutive win over the Pride, dating back to last season. And an impressive one, especially in the second half. The Pacers scored 31 in the first half. They got 20 more in the second, 51 on the board in the final 20 minutes of action. Though they did surrender 43. It was a lot more up-tempo in the second half, a lot more high scoring. Led, of course, for the Pacers, that is, by Trey Bryant. 19 points, 17 rebounds. So again, he ties the program record, as he did in the season opener, with 17 boards, 6 of 9 shooting, 6 of 7 from the charity stripe, and 1 of 1 from deep. An emphatic block, a steal to go along with that, only 2 turnovers. Impressive, efficient play by Trey Bryant for William Peace, but he wasn't the only one. 13 apiece for Tyson Sellers and John Ingram. Ingram was perfect from the free throw line. Sellers struggled shooting a little bit, but found it more in the second half. 3 rebounds, 3 assists to go with that for Sellers. An impressive effort by he and John Ingram. 11 points for Smith Gupton, sort of a sneaky 11. Hit 3 3-pointers, 3 assists. Quietly played a really good 24 minutes of basketball tonight. 10 points for Trey McClain on 3 of 5 shooting, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a block for Trey McClain as well. Others on the board: 8 for Mikhail Gaylord, 4 for Don Tyrell Jr., 3 for Sam Arnold, and then 1 point for Paul Dunlap to round out the scoring. 82 total for William Peace. 3 players in double figures for the visitors, Greensboro College. Leading all scorers, Carmani Marks had 23 on 8 of 14 shooting. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block to go with that. Though his usage rate very high, and as a result of that, you're going to turn it over a lot if the other team plays good defense. 6 turnovers for Carmani Marks. 13 for Menace, mainly because of 3 of 6 from downtown in the second half. 11 for Kevon Meertens. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Pretty efficient night for him. 7 for Dorsey. 8 for Pfeiffer. I glazed over him. 8 for Dorsey to go along with 5 rebounds. Pfeiffer, that is, 8 and 5. Dorsey had 7 and 6. 4 points for Noah Watkins, despite really not playing a lot. He ultimately was disqualified with 5 personal fouls, and then 3 for Jordan McRae and 2 for Langley. He was actually 0 of 9 from the field, really struggled to get points up on the board. So the final score, 82-71, William Peace with the victory. The women back in action on Friday right here on the Pacers Sports Network. We hope you will tune in for that one. Methodist comes to town to play the Pacers on the women's side. For everybody involved here on the Pacers Sports Network, I'm Darren Vaught. So long, Pacers win.